evening, gentlemen. Welcome to the humble abode.
Yep. Good to have a different venue.
I think we're diversifying the venues, to be honest. Mixing it up.
Yeah, it's a bit more chic, this one.
I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to get out of this couch.
Mate, I've sunken into this crack already. So.
It's a little bit more, dare I say, less red brick. Is that a fair assessment? Yep.
Less red brick. Somewhere in between the first and the red brick situation.
Perfect.
I think we could do a little bit of a few pictures around you, but it will do. But how you boys been? It's been a while since we did our last. I think work, dad life, and a few things have been getting in the way. But
what's everyone been up to?
Work.
I'd like to say I've been playing golf, but also working.
I haven't played a round since our op shop round, but I imagine there's one person on the couch that may have dabbled a couple of times.
I've dabbled a couple of times, to be honest. More so for my mental sanity during the week, because my line of work, my mental capacity daily is like driving to Sydney and back. So, and my wife does appreciate that she sees what gets involved. So, I do get the hall pass every weekend.
Good.
Again.
How you been hitting them, Al?
Shit house. Shit house.
The new club's not working.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, new club's all right.
So it's not the club's fault.
That 3-wood is a cheat stick.
Yep.
That
Agreed.
That 3-wood.
I think the modern day 3-wood's getting a bit ridiculous.
Rocket ship?
Almost driver levels.
Rocket ship. Yeah.
I actually snuck one round in. You'd be surprised. I had 37 points.
And you birdied the 7th.
Birdied the 7th. Purdy's hole. Thank you very much.
Well done.
I did see your scorecard and it was very much your bogey-esque.
It was very
quality
bogey-esque. I think I got 5 or 6 pars in there and a birdie. So I think that round
you
with
haven't played for, what, 6 weeks?
Well, the round before that was the op shop round, and before that it was months. So I think the op shop round really helped me dial things in and tidy up the tempo a little bit.
Perfectly seasoned. Ready to go.
I think you channeled your inner focus for that round.
It was good. I enjoyed it very much.
I think
I look forward to 6 months down the track when I get to play again.
Given what I do for work, it's like the last thing on my mind at the moment. I surfed the last 4 weekends in a row, freezing cold. 4-3 wetsuit, gloves, booties, whatever. There's no desire to play golf, but
you might as well just come to the snow with me, mate.
Probably
easier.
yeah.
Between you and the snow, you surfing. I played the one weekend at Victoria and it was that cold. I texted the missus going, it's so freaking cold. And she gave me that pro tip, which is like, if you can see your doodles, not that cold.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's been an interesting week, hasn't it, golf-wise? We had a couple of little chats off air.
Yeah,
about
we
the British
did.
Open.
We did. I think. What are your thoughts?
Firstly, well done to Ricky Ponting. Great win.
How much of a doppelganger is he? Imagine, can you just imagine Ricky just walking around Melbourne going, "Congrats, mate, Open champion."
He's a dead ringer. 5'7" as well, and he
He
doesn't hit it miles, but it's not a golf course where they need to hit it miles.
I'll pull a stat up here for you.
From my points of view, that putting stat's the biggest one for me. So 58 from 59, 10-footer in. I'm probably 1 from 59, 10-footer in at the moment.
So here's a stat.
That's a big deal.
Couldn't miss, could he?
So Harmon finished first in strokes gained putting this week, gained an incredible 11.57 strokes with his putter. This was courtesy of his mind-bending ability from short range, dropped 45 of 45 putts within 5 feet. 14 out of 15 putts from between 5 and 10 feet. That helped him avoid bogeys. Now, based on that stat, that was the difference between winning and finished 30th.
Woof.
And what's he won by? Six shots?
Yeah. Cool. I was up, and then once I saw it, he was on the turn with still, was it 4 or 5 shots? I just went to bed.
Real talk. What the fuck is going on with these monster putters?
Space stations.
That thing came out in 2016, and it's big enough to be the size of the moon. Really,
There's a
it's
dead
not
set
even
UFO on the end of a stick.
Unreal. And obviously we got
But he's had that forever though.
We got the jailbird doing something similar. We're just seeing a massive trend to counterbalance massive mallets. Like that thing on a weight scale would be more than half a kilo. That putter. No wonder he's rolling it pretty good, but he's one of those guys that has never changed it. He's just had it the whole time. So
he did play
it's
well
not
at Scottish the week before.
It's an interesting waggle. They actually introduced the waggle count in some of the US.
The broadcasting was horrendous, by the way.
Oh, it was some of the most painful golf to watch. I was really excited for it, and to be honest, I didn't enjoy it at all.
It's really traditional, but it's not enjoyable, that's for sure. And that I guess that just the voices and they're people that you would hear quite often, particularly on like European tour events or DP tour events, but there's not a heap of substance there.
No, I found
they're missing Nick Felder or something like that.
Very biased coverage, I thought, in aspects as well. Just bland, boring, exactly what you don't want to see in golf.
That first tee was like a shooting range, just pull and just.
I felt like that's all we saw.
I find it bizarre that we haven't, like, as Aussies, given how many of us were in it or us as a country, players in it, and how many people are over there, how do we not have our own, like it's such a big tournament, how do we not have our own sort of somewhat coverage or
our own sort of broadcast?
We give it, we do it with plenty of other sports.
They do.
They'll do it with the French Open.
Fox Sports, and Jason Day was in contention apparently.
Yeah. It's diabolical. And you look at the Masters and it's a completely different ballgame. These are at the same level for some of those golfers. Some of them see this as, like the Europeans see this as higher, I would imagine. Like the Masters would be awesome to win, but everyone wants to win over there.
From a coverage
it was terrible
side of things, horrible.
So
horrible.
bad.
Not a fan at all.
One thing I do like about it though is the time zone. So
How good was
it
it?
works perfect for us here in Australia.
KO split screen cricket, British Open. Oh, mind you, the last couple of days of the cricket, but
You get the footy up there as well.
Like you get home from work, you have something to eat, and then you can sit on the couch and put the golf on.
The only
hated
downside
me.
to it is I feel like it finishes too early in the morning. Whereas with over in the States, if you were to wake up early in the morning, you still catch the last couple of hours of it.
Yeah, true. So you know it's the best of both worlds, isn't it?
Yeah. I did enjoy watching plenty of golf of an afternoon though.
We had a little message group running and all of us were praying for like howling winds and pissing rain. We got pretty close, I got to be honest.
I wanted to see a 3-wood or 2-iron into that 17 green.
Yeah, there was a few bogeys
That 17
and doubles.
was brutal, but it could have been far worse.
How was Fleetwood?
Yeah.
Flew-
What do you have?
Well, he had a triple on 17. That drive was like out of a cannon, and the tee shot, sorry. Par 3, I think he clubbed up a little bit to try and negate the wind and just got an absolute heater through the back. Didn't even land on the green. And then he just was shoveling shit out the back.
Was it a bottom groove special or?
Could have been. Those TW bottom groove wouldn't feel great, I wouldn't think.
He's using the prototypes, isn't he?
They're T-dubs, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier with Scotty Scheffler and Brooks. I was saying this, Brooks didn't want to be there the final round. He couldn't give two flying Fs being there anymore.
Who would want to be there wearing that sort of pink
In
jacket?
that weather.
That
I don't
pink
mind
jacket.
the pink. I didn't mind the pink.
There's a couple of boys on this couch that would rock that pink.
I'd
wear that
definitely
pink.
wear that.
I was going to ask you, what were your thoughts of the JL collection this week?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Miami Vice.
Yep. I can't wait. I'll be definitely getting a couple
Mate,
of
with
those
those
shirts.
Pink Panthers with that JL blue, pink, white top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I sat there Saturday night and I watched it pretty deep. Like went to 1:30 in the morning, and I was watching it going, oh, geez, Hovland's got a bit of swag. And then out of nowhere, Matt Wallace pops up. He's wearing the same, just a different color on a different day. I was like, whoa, this is
It's got Purdy
rude.
all over it. It's all over it.
Why is it that the Open they start to make the statements? Why did we saw a few joggers, which I'm not.
Quite a few joggers.
I'm not a fan of the jog. I've got to be honest.
I love a jogger.
I despise the jogger.
It reminded me. Jason Day played a few years ago with the jogger and the Jordan high tops.
Yeah,
the
the
white
Jordans,
ones.
Jordan ones, yeah.
I'd let that go. But some of these like jogger into like full on old school golf
Into
shoes.
the FootJoy Premiers. I just
Not
don't.
ideal.
I just don't get
That was
it.
Eric Cole, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's a few of them doing it. It's big. I think it's
Eric
big in the
Van
American
Rooyen, I
college
think-
scene at the moment. They're all tight joggers.
What did you think of the 6'8" Prey Mantis from South Africa?
Oh, jeez. What
How
a
many
unit.
levels does that guy change from his swing at the top? Just goes down and just
Yeah, he's like if his ass isn't an inch off the ground when he hits the golf ball, I'm be very
Did we
surprised.
see any ball speed?
He gets so low to
His
the
ball
ground.
speeds were up
Mid
there.
190s.
That'd
Yeah,
have to be. I never
190s.
saw it, but geez, how's the levers on him?
Well, we had a little message group running with my mates, and I was like, they were like, "Oh, what's going on the first tee?" I was like, "Everyone's hooking the hell out of it off the first. They're calling 4 all the time, and I haven't seen anything over 190 ball speed." And then all of a sudden, Praying Mantis comes through, and then you've got a couple of other bombers. What's his name? Wyndham Clark, 195, straight down the
He
pipe.
hits the ball
He hit it
wild.
like 40 meters past anyone else, and then Rory wasn't even close on that hole anyway. Diabolical.
I
Speaking
don't
of
think it
Rory,
was suitable to the
speaking of
beginners.
Rory,
Your mate, Al's.
no, Jay's
Yeah,
mate.
Jay's mate.
mate.
My mate.
the beige hornet.
Did you feel sorry for him?
No.
I've never felt sorry for him.
Will he ever win a major? Because what's that? 2014 was his last
10.
major.
10 years.
So he's,
Almost 10 years.
how many runner-ups do you reckon he's had?
A few.
A few.
I'm pretty happy for Jason, to be honest. I'm in Jason's corner.
There's
Finished
a lot of
second.
people.
It's good to see him back again.
Shoveling
it's the
shit.
week, it's
and
the week of the
he was
lefties,
playing.
mate. It's the week of the lefties. Come on.
Fuck the lefties. No, it was good. But, well, I don't know. The pre-shot routine for Harmon just kills me.
Yeah.
Oh,
The waggle.
Nick Doherty on Sky Sports was like, oh, this is Sergio-esque back in his
He
heyday.
knows
It
he's-
was worse. Worse.
It's different because he knows he's doing it, whereas there's golfers out there that don't know that, like they're that ingrained in their golf swing that they don't actually know.
So like Patrick Cantley, where
Like they stand there and they're like, they can't pull.
He still hasn't hit the fucking golf.
So has he always had that waggle? Is that?
I
something-
looked at some of the footage from because remember he got 2 holes in one in the same
Yeah.
round. That was 2015, and it's not there. So it's come in the last few years, but
I can't imagine it's going anywhere
he just
now.
basically says that if he's not in the position, he just keeps resetting, and it's just constant reset. But there's a shot that was I think a second shot in a par 5, and he got to 10 waggles before he even swung it.
Yeah, I think I saw one get to 13, 14. Like that's
Started to put a shock like
It's
on
not,
people.
it's not just the waggle, it's the feet, it's everything. Like it's not just a little waggle behind the ball. There's a lot going on.
I love being in an armchair though.
Oh, it's the best.
There's no place
just
I'd
been-
no place I'd rather
I've just
be.
been throwing shade on everyone, and if I was in the same position, that first tee shot would be so hard left. It'd be in another another
which is
country.
actually the play, except for Gary Woodland, who decided to.
He
that
hit
was
the-
18.
He
Yeah.
hit the fence.
Yeah,
That was
Maybe
the
the
second
second
shot, wasn't it?
this week. Paddy Reed nearly took some bloke's head off.
Oh, how was that shot? Out of the long grass?
How close
Just
was
pulled
it?
one straight at his head. That was great. My boy Paddy.
Yeah,
Did he survive the weekend?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, yeah,
Made
yeah.
the cut.
Didn't see much of him.
That was
Apologies,
that was
King.
the poor coverage.
yeah.
Oh, it just annoyed me the courage because you wanted to see how everyone else was doing,
Yep.
and the sole focus was on the first tee. It was just like, come on, guys. I understand groups tee off, but let's have a look further around the golf course.
Yeah, some of the worst coverage I've seen.
I reckon though, and correct me if I'm wrong, the shot count was through the roof versus PGA Tour. Like I was seeing shot. There's no ads, just bang, 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 shots all
Which
the time.
I don't mind.
That's
Which
what I
think-
enjoyed.
which is a good thing from Liv.
I think it's difficult though. But they don't track they didn't really track the holes properly. So you were getting like every second tee shot of somebody, and then you were getting maybe one or two decent putts. But in typical major fashion, you just heard a really loud crowd roar, and then the next shot that you saw was something half decent.
Did you see did you see many flyovers or much of them showcasing the course and
Didn't
what
it
they were
feel
sort of-
like they were about an inch off the ground at all times, and that's
Yeah.
all you saw? I didn't. Yeah, maybe they did initially at the start of the days, but I never saw it. You were
Yeah.
almost straight into featured groups, and anyway, we'll let another one go.
So who won
Surprise!
again?
Yeah, exactly. Surprise packet.
Punter.
Tell me this though. In the scheme of things, do you like Stenson wins it? You got a lot of golfers that weren't
Here's
necessarily
one for you.
in
JT Ryder Cup. JT Ryder Cup.
No.
No.
Dunzo.
Whoa,
Done.
that's big.
No.
Captain's pick.
No.
Woof.
No.
That hurts.
Can't pick him on form.
No. So, and he can't be in the Ryder Cup. I'm sorry.
Brian Harmon, Ryder Cup.
it's hard not to pick. He's in the top 20 in the world and he's just won the British Open. So,
Ricky Fowler.
oh, mate, Wicky's in. Wicky's
Big Dick Rick.
Big Dick Rick's going to be in. It's just, yeah. Did you see his flop chip that he had, JT's? I think it was one of the, it was
Is
basically.
that over the bunker?
Yeah, over the bunker.
Or
Just
into?
went straight in.
Do you know what I would have done?
Putted it.
Thinned the shit out of it.
Well, boom.
Into the bunker.
Just nestled it up nice and high.
I've had a
there
dabble
somewhere.
in some of those pop bunkers and they are not fun.
I saw a couple of bottles of red.
Plenty of bottles of red. Bunker to bunker.
I'll tell you what, the US Ryder Cup teams are going to be very interesting. Because I think it's top 6 and then it's captain's picks after that.
Yeah. I think the Europeans are pretty they're going to be
They've got a
pretty
solid
deep.
team. There's going to be a few wild cards with
Well, it's funny
Bobby
if you look at the top
McIntyre,
10.
Yannick Paul. There's a few guys that are going to get a bit of a sniff, but
Who's the bloke that won the Aussie Open?
oh,
Polish guy.
Adrian Monk.
I reckon Moronk gets a run.
He gets a run.
He hits it good.
What about the Hogards? Or we can't mention that.
No, we can mention him. We can mention him. Just which one? It can't be both.
No, it'll be Nico.
Yeah.
Nico.
They're one that's won stuff.
Yeah. The other one's just piggybacking off the other. Right.
Yeah.
When is Ryder Cup?
October, late September, early October. I think, honestly, because I'm 1st of October birthday, Froth King. If you're watching or listening, birthday, 1st of October for the King.
Just send them beers.
Ring it hitting, I'm the king.
Beers.
Bulk beers.
Bulk jars, please.
Not down beers.
Grand final weekend will be Ryder Cup, so that'll be a monster.
Be interesting. I knew a lot of people, when they heard Rome, Italy, perfect. But then when they heard living stuff, nah, I'm not interested. So it'll be interesting to see what kind
I think it'll be good though. We're going to have there's going to be some proper fight, like the Hattons and the Rahms and the Rorys, and that's a pretty decent squad if you put them on paper, particularly not in the US. The Europeans go bananas.
Maybe we should have a little Ryder Cup challenge. That can be our next golf game.
Woof.
Couple of captains. Pick your teams.
It's not much to pick from.
Don't pick me. I'm no good for the
we
win.
get the boys from Paddo down.
We got plenty of boys to call in.
B Van, I know you'll be listening to this one.
Same format. I reckon.
Dickie's corner.
I reckon.
Dickie trap.
The Dicky Trap.
play it over 2 or 3 days. I reckon that could be a bit of fun.
You might be onto
It
something.
might take us 3 months, but I reckon a little Ryder Cup format.
Mate, it's hard enough just to get us 4 blokes here on a Thursday.
I fall apart playing match play. Like I'll probably last a hole. I may as well shake hands. Had a good run.
Hopefully, I get to come up against you then.
Yeah. Oh well.
I've got a bit of a surprise for you boys. Thought we'd need a little bit of motivation here, considering that.
I know what this is.
Considering that we need a little bit of a pep talk. I think we started off well with a retro round, and I think we need a little bit of a spruik up. So I thought I'd just venture out and see who's probably the man to give us a bit of a
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill has made an appearance tonight.
We should have got Henry on the couch.
Yeah, unfortunately,
He could have planked across us.
It's funny. Like Tommy J goes when she sees that, it's like, "Daddy,
Daddy wishes.
Daddy, Mummy wishes." No, but I thought I'd get a little bit of a pep talk. I think we started off really hot, and I think we just need a little bit of a spruik up, just get the energy juices. So I've reached out to a man who will be a Hall of Fame cameo individual.
Is he a dear friend of yours?
The man of the people.
Oh God! Here we
Have
go.
a day. The man
Have
who
a
brought
day.
us Fat Perez. No other than Mr. Bobby Burger.
Yeah, this one goes out to the fellas. The bad dads, boys. Bad dads golf to the goddamn moon. You better believe it, it's your boy here. Bobby Fairways on behalf of Val, Jordan, Multi-Piggy, Froth King. 4 dads coming together for the greater good to talk about the struggles of being a golf enthusiast, and I think it's absolutely spectacular. Keep doing what you're doing, boys. Keep uploading. Keep firing away. And I want you to remember, throughout all the highs and lows, throughout every bogey, birdie, par, whatever it may be, Bobby Fairways is always in your corner, and that ain't never going to change, fellas. Bad dads to the goddamn moon. Your boy Bob.
Go Bob. Go Bob.
To the moon.
Shout out to Cameo and Bob Does Sports.
Yeah, I'm pepped up. Let's go. How good's that?
No, I thought I'd just change it up a bit. You know, man of the people.
He's definitely an idol.
He Bubba Watson's number one fan. Not today, Bub. Not today.
I love those. That's where he hit the map for me when he was doing those. Where he's almost having a go at people as they're walking past.
The heckling on the course.
Heckling,
Oh,
mate.
so good.
Mate, he's just...
But now he's that well known that the heckling's like a bit more friendly as opposed to.
Well, he's actually made some good friends just doing that.
Yeah.
There's more positivity. The only one that didn't like him was Bubba. Not today, Bub.
Keegan
Not
Bradley's
today.
like, they got like a special handshake and stuff.
Keegan Bradley's caddy's got the have a day
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
Hat. So, but
That's when you know you've made it.
That was good. Thank you for that. We'll make sure we put that up as well. We'll put up the reaction and we'll do a little video off to the side, hey?
I thought we just
you.
need a little bit of a, bit of a oomph,
When are we playing around with Bobby?
Hey, if Bobby comes to Australia, it's done. It's guaranteed. It has to be done.
We may have to pay for
Us
it.
against Fat Perez, Bobby Coldcuts, and Bobby. But
Joey Coldcuts.
Joey Coldcuts.
The lefty versus
Hey,
lefty.
lefty. I'd like to think I've got him.
And not that I'm a beanpole, but maybe it's me to go up against Fat Perez.
Mate, I'm worried about Fat Perez, mate. That guy
can
holds
golf.
bombs.
He can golf.
We got a good mate that is known as Skinny Perez, and he looks exactly like it's if Fat Perez and Scott Stapp from Creed had a baby, Cam Blick would be it with arms wide open.
Hey, they're going back on tour this next
Yeah,
week.
that's why I bring it up. It's front of mind.
I can't believe how much he looks like
Yeah.
him. Shout out to you, Blicker.
Yeah, he'll be listening. Oh God.
Oh, what a unit.
Yep.
Oh, I'm all worked up after that video.
No, that was good.
A little moist.
Not going to ask you how much it was.
Days, mate.
You don't ask how much that is.
No, we won't ask.
Hey,
Any messages since, or are we? Is he going pretty flat on it?
I did ask for a little bit of a share and a follow, but I've got donuts.
Who'd have thought?
We're too low on the food chain.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
No, it's good. As long as everyone's still listening, I think we're well and truly up there.
Have we
I haven't
picked up
seen
any listeners in any
Nah, there hasn't been any
rogue countries?
Nah, we had a German listen, but I don't reckon that's big enough, in my opinion.
Nothing down in Tassie?
Nah, getting a few crew in Perth, so I don't know who you are, but yep, you're far enough away to be important. So the
Perth's its own
posse,
country, isn't it?
the American golf boys in the UK are still loving it. Shove it up, yeah. We retained the Ashes. I'll call it a win.
It's coming home.
Hey, you
It's
want to play
home.
cricket in a country that rains 200 out of 365 days? That's your problem.
And Manchester's done it twice. It's the exact same thing. So, no, it's all good.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just a quick yawn. That's all. One out of the system.
You have been working hard. You have been working hard, mate.
Hardly working.
It's that Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's going down a tree. Liquid crack, that is.
Yeah. All right, so we struggle to get out a lot.
Well, Al, you're always out. So, what are some of the ways you ask your lovely wife how you can play golf?
That's a great question.
Give us some scenarios.
How can us
There's a
boys
few
get
ways,
out
and
more
she's going to
frequently?
listen to this. I'm going to actually divulge my strategy here.
That is big.
That is big, mate. That is big. It's like, the boys asked if I could play, and and then what did I do last week?
So it's never you want to play. It's always
No,
somebody
no.
else. Somebody
Always
else
make
wants you
them
to
feel
Someone's
play.
invited me.
It's always
Yeah.
someone's
Been invited to
It's-
play.
It's invited. It's always the invite.
Can't say no. Said no last time.
And always try and say, like, look, we're going to play this time, so let's go for brekkie and this and that, But it's always sometimes, and then sometimes I was just like, I'm playing golf. So it's depending on the week, depending on how the little fella is. But yeah, there's times where I guilt trip, to be honest. Guilt trip, but
Oh,
don't pull
you're a
that
brave
card.
man.
Don't pull that card very often. But to be fair, if sometimes I'll pull the trigger.
I've thought about getting into my work clothes
Done that.
Whoa.
and say, I'm going to work and go and play golf. I haven't done it yet, but I've thought about it.
Oh, if you did that,
I got a business meeting.
I'll ask you, Purdy, if you did do that, do you think you'd enjoy the round?
Absolutely.
But my anxiety would eat me up and I'd be out there just feeling so guilty.
If she found out, I would be.
You wouldn't be on the couch.
Dead.
You'd be out the front.
I think you're still
So-
traumatized of that one round where you went and played.
I'd never consider doing it.
But you find yourself wondering sometimes.
Just wondering, what if? What if I did just put on the fluoros and chuck the clubs in the car?
Oh, God. Yeah, I've dreamed of that. The only real way I can ask is just to book it in and say, it's booked in.
But you got your prior notice,
ironclad.
though. Prior notice.
Yep. Generally, yeah. Haley will disagree, but yeah, we're normally, I'm normally a week out at least. It's funny because I book it. I'm like the guy that wakes up at 2 a.m. to like get the time, and then I'm the one that doesn't fucking
You're
play.
the first one. You're the first one to pull out.
Oh shit! I can't be fucked actually. So yeah, you fair game, guys. But
You see,
Nah.
I'm the opposite. Like you guys will book it in because we got 7 days notice. Book it in, and I'll just sit on the couch every night after work, just running through my head how am I going to ask the question. And next thing you know, it's Friday night, and I'm meant to be teeing off at 7 a.m, and I haven't said anything yet.
So what do you say?
I just say, I still don't even know what I say because I get myself so worked up and anxious about it. I don't even know how I say it, but it's tough. You know what it's like at the moment. We're working big hours, long days. That when you do get the odd day off, you want to spend that with the family. You want to
absolutely.
spend that with
Yeah.
the grommets, but at the same time, you're seeing the weeks go past that you haven't played golf. Obviously, we've got the golf group chats. All the boys are playing golf. You're seeing the videos. You're seeing the scorecards. It's all coming through, and you think, "Geez, when am I going to get out next?"
the videos aren't amazing though. Old mate Blicker's not making it past the ladies' tees at the moment.
He looks like he's having a bit of a rough trot again.
I got to fix a 5-iron for him.
Oh, has he broken another one?
Yep, old snappy Tom over there.
Oi.
Everyone has a go at me. Shoes on the other foot now.
Was
isn't it?
that broken in anger or?
I have yet to hear the story, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
In his defense, the day that he broke the driver was just sheer stupidity.
Correct. Yep.
But yeah,
Was that on a Tokemore trip?
Nah, this was
out at the
this was
Nash.
at Royal Long Island actually.
Very underrated golf
The old
course.
party trick.
What
The
a
old
hole,
party
though.
trick where you throw the ball up and expect to hit the face on the way down, but instead golf ball to shaft.
and the shaft
at full tilt.
the shaft just exploded.
Just snap the shaft clean in half. So,
Splinters everywhere.
yeah, that's the last time I'll do that. A bit too easy to break.
But what about you, Owen? You got little tricks to getting out, or your trick is to ask, get permission, then bail
No,
on the
mine's
boys?
like I've booked it in, and Haley will agree with me. I book it in, and then I sort of just it festers and it hovers there, and then she's like, "Oh, what are you up to on the weekend?" I'm like, "Oh, I've got golf on Sunday," and that's it. Most of the time, it goes down like a lead balloon. Some of the time, it's go and enjoy yourself, but most of the time, it's we might come to blows here.
See,
No, it's not that bad.
sometimes Yados.
If it's booked, it's locked for me.
you
Sometimes
still bail anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes Yados. We haven't got anything going on the weekend. She's like, "What are you doing this weekend?" I was like, "Nothing." And it'll be like 8 o'clock on a Saturday. She's like, "You're fucking playing golf tomorrow." I was like, "Yep."
She
8
can,
o'clock
read you
teal
like,
time.
she can read you like a book.
Mate,
Just be honest, mate. Stop
just
hiding
8
it.
o'clock, But most of the times I'll be like, I'm not playing, and then I'll look at the tee sheet and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll just tee off early."
You look at the weather, look at the tee sheet, and you think, how has someone left that spot for me? Thank you very much.
Do you know the irony is with this chat we're having right now? Someone's in the car or listening to it going, "That's me as well." I just think it's this. It's so this situation.
Maybe
is
this
so
is not the
universal. It's
episode we
unreal.
tell our wives to listen to.
It's because golf's such a selfish sport.
It's time consuming, but it's like
That's where I like summer golf as well. Like we play the little twilight 9-holers
Yeah.
after work.
Perfect.
So if you can jam 9 holes in after work, it's not completely ruining
See,
a whole day.
this is where I think we're stooged in Australia. Because in Europe, right, okay, in the winter, you can test this.
Night golf.
It's like 3
Shithouse.
3 o'clock, sunsets
high
at 3.
beams at 3 in the arvo.
3 in the
Like,
afternoon,
no joke.
and then the sun sets at like sunrises at 10. But in the summer, But that fucker's up till 11 o'clock.
Yep.
And you can play as long as you want. So
I've teed off at 7 p.m. before and played 18 in like perfect light.
That's
oh,
epic.
that's where I think we're stooges.
Kids are in bed.
Mate. Kids in bed.
You can
away
imagine.
go, boom,
And
done.
the American golf boys will attest to that. The ones over in the UK. Yeah, you got guys playing like they're playing comp rounds at 6 at night, and they're seeing the golf ball as they come down the 18th still, and the comp round is still. So you can imagine how many players you'd have in a day, but it's just ridiculous.
And
then
in
in
pro
winter,
shops,
it's like don't even bother. There's not enough light to play.
mate, you're more worried about frost than anything, and just
If you tee off at midday in winter in the UK, you
won't
won't
finish it.
find your golf ball coming down the last few holes. You won't see it.
I often have trouble finding mine anyway. So.
But that's why the Open's crazy, because the tee times are like the first tee time's just after 7 a.m. local time.
The last one's like 6.
Yeah, and they're coming down almost 9 o'clock.
That makes a lot of sense now. I think about it. Why the coverage went for so long?
Brutal.
Yeah, I was up at 4:30 and I was like, we're still alive, mate. Marcel Simba's coming down the fairway. I think how life would be different where go to work, feed, put the kids to bed. Right. Mrs. going to bed.
Instead of sitting on a couch talking about golf, we could be out there playing
Exactly.
around now.
Exactly.
Probably have to tee up a hit, I reckon, all of us.
We're all paddo.
You book it in.
Yep.
We're all paddo. I'll be there.
We'll go somewhere adventurous.
I'm no
Well,
good this
in the
week. I'm no
spirit-
good this weekend,
No,
but we
it's
should lock in the weekend after or try get in on it.
You're
early.
going to go bust some backside board slides and 1080s and shit.
Just the red.
Yeah, you're trying to
Snowboard.
do a
SSX tricky. Up, down circle.
I don't know how you get in the water this time of the year, mate.
I'll tell you what, it's interesting.
It'd be invigorating.
It's fresh. Yeah, it is.
It's almost like
the
all this
bit to
flesh
anyone
and birds.
listening, the best hangover cure is to go surfing
You good?
in
It's
12,
almost like
13
this
degree
new
water.
craze of like sauna, ice bath, you know.
I was going to ask you, that was one
I
of
was
the,
doing that just a couple of days ago.
we're doing a
feel
few
alright?
dot
Sauna
points.
into a cold shower. Holy smokes. Bring you back to life. Give you the odd tip. After a day of riding.
We're doing we're like all of us guys, we do like dot points of what we want to chat about and everything. I'm sure everyone knows that it's not off the cuff. I'm sure they can tell. But one of them was going to be the whole ice bath and all that sort of stuff. Have anyone dabbled in the ice bath?
No.
No.
I've been in one once. And
No,
only
I-
once for a reason.
So in the first proper lockdowns in COVID, I convinced myself, because I was drinking that much, that I had chronic fatigue.
Just
Self-diagnosed.
Just permanently hungover.
Chronic fatigue for drinking that
So
many
I
jars.
had a crack at one, and then I was like, it's not really for me. I'm not really enjoying it. So I did the 30-day
So what you do? Just go down the survey, a couple
Ice
of bags
bath.
of ice,
ice bath, proper,
chuck it in the tub.
and no temperature checks, nothing, just straight in, and it was good-ish.
How long did you last in
I got
there?
about a minute in. I was
How
like,
did you
I'm
even
done.
fit in a bath?
Yeah, true. But then I was like, look, there's other scenarios. There's other options.
You could have just
So I
started with a
looked
cold
into-
shower.
I did a 30-day cold shower challenge where I didn't use any, and it wasn't me being a tight ass. I was convinced that, something's going on.
The hot water service broke, didn't it?
No, it didn't. And I did
So
straight
only,
cold,
Only cold
Straight
showers.
cold, didn't start
For
warm.
30 days.
Didn't start
Nah,
warm and then
straight
cold,
cold.
just straight cold.
straight cold in. So like flip, and it's funny how the body works. About 10 days in,
You know that
didn't even notice it.
you know that
Didn't-
releases. They say that releases more dopamine.
When you get out of the
Increases your
shower,
dopamine
you
levels
are
by
like
10-15%.
And
you
long
are like
lasting as
ramped
well.
up. So yeah, I was loving it. And then ironically, I did it in the middle of winter. So you're cold when you get in, but poof. Same thing with the whole sauna cold plunge thing, far out. But
So why'd you stop?
the water was just a bit too cold, to be honest.
Who'd have thought?
You stopped drinking.
Yeah, correct.
no,
I had to go back to work. Spending 180 on craft beers a week just caught up with me.
so it
right?
wasn't
You
chronic
drinking
fatigue.
that many craft beers and then building golf clubs, mate? I'd be a little bit worried.
It wasn't chronic fatigue. It was just straight up alcoholism.
So I think it was one of the dot points, which I
We're
kind
just
of
going to call them dot points now. We're not going to try to roll over and pretend like we know what we're doing.
you can call it whatever you wanted to call it, mate. But I think the wives Q&A were us It'd be like a table,
Round table.
round table, where we get our perspective and we get their perspective, and that would be very interesting.
Haley's ready to go.
Could be also very dangerous.
Haley's
So we
like
keep the aces up the sleeve.
Haley's all for it. We had a little chat about getting the we'll call them wags, even though they're all wives. We'll get the wags on here, and that'll be an interesting. That might be the season finale. Hey,
I think just
the end of us.
just
that'll
keep
really-
the
yeah.
microphone away from my wife.
Our two worlds colliding.
Yeah. We're trying to keep them away, but all of them will actually listen to this freaking thing.
You get them all together, they might have the confidence to speak up, and we could be in a world of hurt.
But everyone's got their problems. Every
Some more than
relationship.
others.
Hey, we just gone from the Xbox to the golf course. You know, we're just evolving through life here.
Yep. All we want to do is play golf. We just want to walk around the field and slap this white thing around.
I'll tell you
or
what,
yellow. If you're
After
that
the weeks I have at
inclined.
work, there's nothing
Pink
better
or
than just
purple even.
walking out, enjoying the serenity, playing whack fuck, trying to find the ball and put it in the hole, and then for 4 hours. And I come
But
home.
in all honesty, is there any better way to go clear your head and clear your mind
mate.
and get away from the stress of work or the struggles of life or whatever's going on? Is there a better way?
No.
No, not a chance. Not for me anyway.
No.
I beg to differ. Nah, I'm pretty good. I think I needed, like, everyone knows that I'm not playing a heap. I just needed the break from it because I think I'm expecting things that don't exist.
It's a good time to have a break. Spring's around the corner.
Yep.
Twilight golf will be back.
I'll ramp it up, put the new wand in the bag, and
Cold
off she
beers.
I
goes.
think Jay's got a new wand on the cards.
Potentially.
I think I got a new golf bag.
Hush, hush.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's been a fun
But
one.
In all honesty, I think that our next focus should be let's get another 4 ball.
Let's get around.
Let's get around.
And then we'll get I'll host the wives and the
You'll host.
I'll host.
We,
Not in this
might, we might
place.
need a boardroom table.
Not in this place, in the new place. I do have a move-in date, thank fuck. 24 months in the making.
Well, I just don't know how much we can't.
We are getting
We might have to share a mic
anytime soon.
Per couple. We have to share a mic per couple. But wives and girlfriends, even though they're all wives, we'll just call them wags. It's going to happen. It's happening.
We'll make it happen.
Yep.
Make an event out
I'm
of it.
scared.
Yeah,
You're
I'm pretty scared too. The English are really fiery.
Mate, I refer to my wife as Beth Dutton.
Beth Dutton.
I was sleeping.
That's what I call my niece.
I call my wife Beth Dutton, seriously, because I'll be sleeping. The minute Tommy came home, it must have been like week 3 or must have been week 3, and I'm sleeping in the other room. Deja. Next minute, no word of a lie. All I just heard was this bang. No word of a lie. She's kicked this door like a Rambo movie. Kicked it straight down and just like, you get up. It's your turn now. I was like, "Fuck, straight up.
And you never slept again.
Every time I hear a cry, I'm like, it's like OC, like panic and PTSD, just going, shit, better get up.
Yeah, been there, done that.
So you ready for the second or?
She's already talking about the second.
Oof. Best of luck.
Jay's got to worry about his third.
Woof. Woof. All right, well,
I
on the
think
next
Jay's about to fall asleep. We better wrap this up.
Jay's like,
I'll tell you what, that Japanese whiskey, it's hit me good. On the next one, we'll have a bash. Have a hit.
Get some content.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Oh, hey, by the way, I forgot. You got Dicky Trap on the shirt. Where'd you get that from?
I made it.
Bullshit.
I think he's worn this on purpose to piss a few people off.
They wanted to mention this is probably as good
That
as it
fifth
gets.
hole. I hate that fifth hole with a passion.
The fifth.
Royal Patterson River.
I still think we should do a little Dicky Trap challenge.
Who can,
Us 4 take on 4 of the other Dicky Trap members.
Woof.
Blicky loves the trap.
Eats him alive.
Proper squad.
well, if you think about it, right? That fifth hole it's just a fucking hard hole.
Mate, that's easily my worst hole on the course.
Every golf course has
Nah.
it.
The fourth for
The
me.
4th, yeah, actually, I'll go the 4th.
Stroke round off the tee, bang, first one onto the footy oval. Reload. Next, straight onto the footy oval again. I reckon I had about 11 on that hole.
Perfect time on a stroke round as well. Can't even just pick it up.
I've actually got the record, I think.
Isn't it funny how people avoid stroke rounds just to prevent that from even happening in their golf game? But I haven't played stroke for so long. I reckon I'd have a million like you as well. It's just there's so much pressure. So much pressure on hitting the fairway.
Test. Yeah. It's a true test.
Especially through the dicky trap.
You go, I've had 11 on that. How do these pros having 23 unders and like winning tournaments off the stick? The respect for those guys is like at another level.
Who's had Kevin Nair 16 and there was another one who's
when he hit into the
is that when he
that
got
was
stuck in
almost
the
like
trees?
tea tree like.
Yeah.
And he was trying to slap it out.
You know your job as a caddy is in question. When you try and talk to your players like, let's go back to the tee. No.
No, I think I've got a shot here. No, you don't. Hit the ball an inch.
Turns out he didn't have a shot.
Yeah, stroke hurts. I wouldn't imagine you've had a stroke round since. I got to be.
Maybe we have
I
stroke.
have. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. I like stroke. It's good.
We should have a dicky trap stroke challenge.
Whoa. To handicap or off the
Retro?
Just off the stick, 4v4.
retro.
Who's the other four going to be?
Members of the DT.
Who's the members of the DT?
There's many.
There is a
If
few.
any?
How many is there, Perds?
There's quite a few. I think we're up around the
I think we're around the 13, 14
13,
mark.
14 mark.
How do you become a member of the Dicky Trap?
You got to be a member at Royal Patterson River in the first place.
We're
And then-
getting very, very one-eyed
And then you
here,
get a
by the
hat.
way.
You get given a hat.
You get given a hat that has the logo on the front of it. I'm the only member with a hat. That's
You started
how
this club.
exclusive it
You
is.
started this club.
The hats are coming, boys. I promise.
It is funny though. There's a hole on every golf course that's like, and you might need to do a flyover for everyone that isn't aware of Royal Patterson River. There's a hole on every golf course that just bullies anyone that tees off on it, and that 4th, 5th, 6th, commonly known as the Dicky Trap to all the locals, is as brutal as it gets.
The 4th really sets the mood, and if that eats you alive, the next two are equally as
I always
hard.
find the approach.
The
to
Dicky
fourth
Trap
tough.
is loosely related to the Bear Trap, but much, much more vicious, in my opinion.
Still think we need to get a little plaque made and put it on the side of that path as you walk in.
But we certainly waffled on the back end of this.
Yeah, I
this
think we
pod.
said-
Absolutely, we have. Anyway,
I think we said bye 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Pleasure
Good
as
little
always,
yarn.
lads.
So yeah, everyone, make sure you reach out to us if you enjoy what we're pumping out, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Sweet dreams.
Froth on, lads.
Froth on.